Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in today's session we'll be doing numericals based on stoichiometric calculations. It's a part of chapter 1, class 11, some basic concepts of chemistry. So in this you should be having an idea about the mole concept, for which we have already done. Please watch the videos if you haven't done that. To solve the stoichiometric calculations, you will have various type of numericals. You may consider mass relation, you may have volume relation, you may have mass volume or mole. Now, as the question is coming, I will explain it, right? So in the question it is saying, in the manufacture of nitric acid, how many moles of NO2 will produce 7.33 mole of HNO3. Means you want to produce HNO3, you want to produce 7.33 moles of HNO3. For producing this much mole of HNO3, how many moles of NO2 are required? For both, they are talking in terms of moles. Okay, for which both I am saying? They are considering only NO2 and HNO3. So we need not bother about NO and water. We will underline only those two for what they have given and for what they are asking. So they have given it for HNO3, they are asking you for NO2. The first thing, write the equation, balance the equation. What is asked? NO2 is asked. So you will write down NO2 on the right hand side. So what is given as per the stoichiometric calculation? We know that if you take 2 moles, if you want to prepare 2 moles of HNO3, 2 moles of HNO3 can be prepared, 2 moles of HNO3 can be prepared by how much of NO2? 3 moles. It can be prepared by 3 moles of NO2. Right. So the question says, if you want to take 7.33 moles of HNO3, if you want to prepare 7.33 moles of HNO3, then how many moles of NO2 should be taken? These mainly involve simple unitary method, like for 2 mole 3 moles are required. For getting 7 point, how much will be required? So what you will do, you will have 3 multiplied by 7.33 divided by 2. This is what you have to solve. So when you solve this, you will get the answer as 10.995 moles. So what type of stoichiometric calculation is this? Involving moles both the side. Mole for the reactant, mole for the product. Not necessarily always mole of one product and one reactant. They can also ask in terms of how much is reacting. For both it can be reactants. For 2 species it will be given. So for both they are talking in terms of moles, so it is mole type of calculation, right? Now moving on to the next question. The question says, calculate mass of 60% sulfuric acid required to decompose 50 gram of chalk. Means basically they are reacting chalk. Chalk means calcium carbonate. They are reacting calcium carbonate with sulfuric acid. Now sometimes you are also given in terms of the percentage. Percentage means it is not pure. It is 60% pure. Sulfuric acid is 60% pure. So first thing is you need to write the equation. They are saying what mass of sulfuric acid is required to decompose 50 gram of chalk. So we will react calcium carbonate with sulfuric acid. You will complete the equation. It will be just exchanging ions, calcium sulfate plus this will be written as water plus carbon dioxide. You balance the equation. It is already balanced. Now, for what 2 substances they are talking about? They are talking about sulfuric acid and calcium carbonate. So always first thing is you should be writing in terms of the stoichiometrically balanced equation. How much is required? Okay, like see in this one, both they are talking in terms of the reactants, but they are talking about the 2 species, that is for sure. What is the molecular mass of calcium carbonate? Now here we will not talk in terms of moles because they are writing grams of chalk. So we will calculate the molecular mass, that is 40 plus 12 plus 3 into 16, that is 100 gram. So you will first write, if it is pure sulfuric acid, then how much is required. So if it is 100, how much is required? The molecular mass of sulfuric acid. Molecular mass of sulfuric acid is 98 gram. 2 into 1 plus 32 plus 4 into 16, that is 98. So if it is 50 gram to be decomposed, we need 98 grams of sulfuric acid. So if 50 gram is to be decomposed, then for 100, 98, for 50, obviously half of it, 49 gram. 49 gram will be required. But 49 gram is required if it is pure. If it is pure. But they have given you in the question that it is not pure. It is only 60% pure. Then, so for solving this, what you will do is, this is 60% pure, right? So 60 gram is there of sulfuric acid. We are writing for sulfuric acid. 60 gram of sulfuric acid is there if it is 100 gram. Means if it is 100% pure. If it is 100% pure. If it is 100, then it is 60 gram. Now what I mean to say is, had this been 100% pure, 100% pure means I am taking in terms of 100 gram. If 100 gram is there, which is not actually possible because it is saying 60%. So 60 gram is present for us, right? So we require how much? 49. So if 49 gram is required, how much should have been present? Got it? So whatever percentage is given, you will write here. So 60%, 60 gram, then we have to take 100. So if it is 49 gram required, how much will be required? If 49 gram, according to, if 100% pure, then we require 49 gram. But it is not. So what you will do? 100 multiplied by 49 divided by 60. So you will solve this. You will get the answer as 81.67 gram. Got it? I hope you have followed this concept. 60% pure means if you have 100 grams of sulfuric acid, since it is 60% pure, you are having only 60 grams sulfuric acid, right? If you are having 100 grams sulfuric acid, because it is 60%, you are having only actually 60 grams sulfuric acid, right? So now you require 49. So how much you should be having? Obviously more than that, because it is not pure. So you will be calculating as 49 into 100 by 60. That is simple unitary method. You will get 81.67 grams. Clear? Now moving on to the next question. It says calculate the mass of graphite. Graphite means carbon. That must be burnt to produce carbon dioxide. Burnt means it is made to react with oxygen and you are getting carbon dioxide. So this is our equation, right? So they are talking about how much of graphite, what mass of graphite should be burned. Means they are talking about carbon and they are also talking about carbon dioxide. So oxygen we don't have to bother about. So you will first write as per stoichiometric calculations. Now they are talking about grams for carbon dioxide and mass of this, means both mass. So it is basically talking about mass relation. So what is the molecular mass of carbon? We will write 12. So 12 grams of carbon, if it is to be burned, you are getting 44 grams of carbon dioxide. 12 plus 2 into 16, 44 grams. So if you want to produce 13.2 grams of carbon dioxide, then how much of this should be required? This is what they have asked. So you will solve it like this. 12 multiplied by 13.2 divided by 44, and when you solve this, it comes out to be 3.6 grams. So how much of graphite is required? 3.6 grams is required. Yeah, moving on to the next question. It says calculate the volume of oxygen at this we will talk about later. Let us first calculate in the normal condition. Okay, calculate what volume of oxygen at this pressure can be obtained from 10 gram of potassium chlorate. Means you are heating potassium chlorate and you are getting potassium chloride plus oxygen. So first step is you will balance this equation. This is 2, this is 2 and this is 3. So for oxygen, they are talking in terms of volume. So we'll first underline oxygen. They are talking in terms of volume, and potassium chlorate also we will underline, but for this they are talking in terms of mass. So it is mass volume relation type of numerical. So for potassium chlorate we will calculate the molecular mass. So what is the molecular mass of potassium chlorate? 2 into 39 for potassium plus for chlorine it is 35.5 plus it is 3 into 16, that is 48. So when you solve this comes out to be 245 grams. So 245 gram of potassium chlorate is giving you how much of oxygen? In terms of volume we have to take. It is 3 moles. 3 moles means 3 into 22.4 liters. We say 1 mole of any gas at STP. We are first calculating at STP. At STP occupies 22.4 liters. So 245 grams of potassium chlorate gives 3 into 22.4 liters of oxygen. So how much we have taken? 10 gram. So if you take 10 gram, then how much volume will be given? Simple unitary method. So 3 into 22.4 liters into 10 divided by 245. So first thing is we will solve this. Okay. So when you solve this, you get it as 2.74 grams. Sorry, liters. This much liters. Okay. This much liter of oxygen will be produced. But now, another thing in the question, it says calculate at this temperature and this pressure. Now, to convert this under these experimental conditions, we will have to use the relation P1V1 by T1 is equal to P2V2 by T2. You take any one at experimental condition and the other one at STP. Okay, so experimental condition, what is the pressure? It's given 750. And what is the volume? We have calculated just now 2.74 divided by what is the temperature? We will convert this into this Celsius. We have to convert it into Kelvin. So you will add 273 to it. So what you will get is 291. This is equal to how much? STP pressure in terms of millimeter, it is 760. How much volume? Okay. Yes. So this I took it here wrong. This volume will be here 2.74 divided by what temperature? 273. This we had to calculate. Yeah, this was obtained at STP. Yes, so this is obtained at STP means this volume you are going to take it here. So this V1 we have to calculate. You can just make that change. V1 we had to calculate. So because they asked us to find out at this pressure and temperature. So volume we are going to calculate. V1 is to be calculated, that is experimental setup. STP we got it as 2.74. So now we will solve this V1. So what will be our V1? 291 multiplied by 760 multiplied by 2.74 divided by 750 into 273. Okay. So now if you multiply this numerator and denominator, and then you will get the answer as 2.96. This much liter. This is our answer. Got it? If the question would have been calculate the volume, if 10 gram is burnt, you will leave here only. Because they asked us to calculate under these conditions. So we need to convert it under these experimental conditions. So for that we have to use P1V1 by T1 is P2V2 by T2. So this volume I think you have made the correction. This was we calculated at STP. So STP we have put here. So our answer is 2.96. Yeah, moving on to the next question. It says how much marble means again calcium carbonate of 96.5% purity, like we did just now for sulfuric acid, would be required to prepare 10 liter of carbon dioxide. We want to produce 10 liter of carbon dioxide when it is treated with HCl. So we wrote the equation calcium carbonate plus HCl. So just equation will be written and you will balance it. Which two things are involved in the question? They are talking about carbon dioxide and marble. HCl they have just given for writing equation, that mass and all is not given. Okay. So first we will calculate for this mass and for this volume, because for carbon dioxide they are talking about volume. So 100 gram molecular mass, 100 gram requires, will give 22.4 liters of carbon dioxide. So 10 liter will be given by, we will calculate it. So 10 into 100 divided by 22.4, we got this much gram. This much gram is if it is 100% pure. If it is 100% pure. So how are we going to calculate? If it is this much pure, 96.5% pure, then how much of calcium carbonate will be required? That is what we have to calculate. So again we will go this way. If we take 100 gram of calcium carbonate, for calcium carbonate, if you are taking 100 gram, actually you are having only 96.5 gram. In 100 gram calcium carbonate, you are having only 96.5 gram calcium carbonate, because it is only 96.5% pure. Got it? So if you take 44.64 gram, if you require this, then how much of calcium carbonate will be required? Because it is not 100% pure, that is what we are calculating. So how much will be there? You will calculate 100 multiplied by 44.64 divided by 96.5. So when you solve this, you get the answer as 46.26 gram. Got it? If you take 100 gram, you will have only 96.5 gram. That is the actual thing required. What is our actual weight required? 44 point. If this is required, how much should be there? Obviously, because it is not pure, you will require more quantity of it. So this much will be required. Clear? Now moving on to the next question. Methane is burnt in air and they are telling you how much volume of carbon dioxide should be produced. So first we will write the equation. And for both they are talking in terms of volume. Volume of carbon dioxide, volume of methane is given. The first, write with the balanced equation. 22.4 liters will produce 22.4 liters. Okay. So if you take 5.6, obviously 5.6 will be required. Got it? So that's it. This much liter, because they are asking volume. This is 1 mole, this is 1 mole. Right? If this is 22.4 liter, this is 22.4 liter. If it is 5.6, 5.6 will be required. If they are asking you in terms of the moles, then you will say 5.6 divided by 22.4, that is 0.25 moles. Then it would have been moles if they ask moles. But this was volume type of question. Got it? Yeah, moving on to the next question. It says calculate volume of air. Volume of air means this oxygen containing 21% oxygen, means again it is not pure, by volume required to convert this much centimeter cube of SO2 to SO3. So SO2 plus oxygen forming SO3, that is our equation. You balance the thing, and they are talking about SO2 and O2. So SO3 we don't have to bother about. Right? So they are telling you this much volume of SO2 is to be converted to SO3. How much of oxygen will be required? So first thing is, we know for converting 2 moles, 1 mole is required. So obviously if this much is there, oxygen required will be half of it. So we will write down how much oxygen is required. It will be half of 294. That means 147 centimeter cube. This much is required. But this much is required only if you are taking pure. But it is 21%. Again, you will go by that. If it is 100, you are taking for oxygen. If you have taken 100 centimeter cube, actually how much you are having? You are having only 21 centimeter cube. Right. So if you are taking 147 centimeter cube, how much you should be having? It will be 147 into 100 divided by 21. So you get the answer as 700 centimeter cube. Because it is not pure. So you must be wondering here, I did not talk about 22.4 liter. That will get cancelled. Okay, so that means 2 into 22.4 liter will require 22.4 liter. So this will require. I just took directly because obviously half of it is required. So if you are having this much 294 of SO2, half of O2 will be required. So if it is 21% pure, the same way as I told you about sulfuric acid or marble, the same way we have done it. If we take 100 gram sample, 100 centimeter cube ka sample of oxygen, you are having actually only 21 centimeter cube because percentage purity is 21%. Right. So that is why if you take 147, how much of oxygen will be required? This much. Last question for today. 1.5 grams of impure sample of sodium sulfate. This is sodium sulfate is treated with barium chloride and you get this much gram of barium sulfate. This is precipitate and they are asking you what is the percentage purity of the sample. Okay, so first you will write the equation sodium sulfate plus barium chloride form barium sulfate plus sodium chloride, balance it. So they are talking about sodium sulfate and barium sulfate, right? So this they have given only to write the equation. For that weight and all is not given. So you will calculate the molecular mass of sodium sulfate, that is 142. For barium sulfate 233. So if you take 142 grams of sodium sulfate, you will get 233 grams of barium sulfate. If you are getting 1.74, then how much sodium sulfate should have been taken? You will solve it. This into this by 233, that is 1.06. Right. So this much gram you are getting if it is impure sample. Yes, we have taken impure sample, then only we are getting 1.74. Right. So 1.5 gram of the impure sample is giving you this 1.06 grams. Okay. So if you take 100 gram, then I hope you got it. This 1.74 was if you are taking impure sample of sodium sulfate. Right. So 1.5 gram of sodium sulfate, which was an impure sample, gave this much gram. This, required 1.06 gram. So if you take 100 gram, then how much will be the grams required? That we had to calculate. So it comes out to be 70.67. That means you will say the percentage purity of the sample is 70.67%. Okay, please practice the numericals well. Thank you for watching.